Can you, excuse me, I was wondering, I need someone to look at this. I'm not sure what it is. It's quite old, and my understanding is that it could be, someone told me that it was maybe worth a lot of money. I don't actually, I mean, it's mine. It is mine, but I don't know a lot about it. So they said that you could maybe look at it, that you have some expertise in this area, and that actually you're really knowledgeable, and you would be the person to ask. It's stamps. I know a lot of people collect stamps. I never did, but I know that it's a popular hobby with some people, and not just nerds either, like normal. Sorry. It's mine to sell, though. I mean, I do own it. It's been in our family for a long time. There's some in there 18-something, which I have no idea if they're real. I guess they could be fake. With my luck, they probably are fake, but I'm trying actually to be positive, although I actually don't judge myself for being negative more or less most of the time. Not that I'm defending negativity. And it's not like I think the stamps are fake either. I don't think they are. They're real. No question at all. That's so... Anyway. Thank you. Since what I am to say must be but that which contradicts my accusation, and the testimony on my part no other but what comes from myself, it shall scarce boot me to say not guilty. Mine integrity being counted falsehood shall, as I express it, be so received. But thus, if powers divine behold our human actions as they do, I doubt not then but innocence shall make false accusation blush, and tyranny tremble at patience. You, my lord, best know, who least will seem to do so. My past life hath been as continent, as chaste, as true as I am now unhappy, which is more than history can pattern, though devised and played to take spectators. For behold me, a fellow of the royal bed, which owe a moiety of the throne, a great king's daughter, the mother to a hopeful prince, here standing to prate and talk for life and honor for who pleased to come in here. For life, I prize it as I weigh grief which I would spare. For honor, 'tis a derivative from me to mine, and only that I stand for. I appeal to your own conscience, sir. Before Polixenes came to your court, how I was in your grace, how merited to be so. Since he came with what encounter so uncurrent, I have strained to appear thus. If one jot beyond the bound of honor, or an act or will that way inclining, hardened be the hearts of all that hear me, and my nearest of kin cry fie upon my grave. Thank you. My father died in Moscow, and his very young widow, my stepmother, came to live with us for a year. The beautiful, the exquisite Elena. Fair, elegant, charming, and maybe, who's to say, maybe a little heartless. Exactly the same age as myself, but so beautiful. And poor Uncle Vanya fell madly in love with her for the first time in his life, utterly, hopelessly. And he was 25 years older than her, but she was so beautiful. I can't tell you exactly the same age as myself. And then the second thing that happened, of course it was because of his sudden dementia, was that sweet Uncle Vanya decided one morning that running the estate was a man's work. He must take over all those burdens. And that's what he did. With all the doggedness and cruel determination that only an indecisive man can muster. And the estate began to collapse, and our money problems became serious and grew greater every year until this. Poor man. He knew he had made a complete mess of it, but he wouldn't let me take over again. And the beautiful Elena had gone, and he became sullen and cantankerous and obsessed with trivial things. The doctor said the stroke was probably brought on by anxiety. Collapsed at breakfast. A calm harvest morning. Never regained consciousness. I sent word to Elena. She didn't come. Vanya wouldn't have known her even if she had. But what was so very happy for me was that over the 3 weeks he lay there, I watched his face shed every trace of that anxiety and ugly obstinacy. And I watched him return to that benign, bumbling Uncle Vanya he once was. That gentle creature who used to bang the table and shout, "I'm positive, I'm right," with no conviction whatever. He was the only family I ever knew. And watching his life ebbing away, I knew that a core part of me was going with him. As you say, God rest him.